Fear and anxiety can hold us back from living the life we truly deserve. But here's the truth. These feelings are not permanent, and they don't define you. They are not weaknesses to be ashamed of, but rather opportunities for courage and growth. In the face of fear, we discover our resilience. We learn that we are stronger than we think, braver than we believe, and capable of handling whatever life throws our way. In today's video, we'll explore powerful tools rooted in RTT, CBT, and mindfulness to help you conquer fear, manage anxiety, and reclaim your inner peace. Let's start by acknowledging that fear and anxiety are natural human responses. They are hardwired into our systems, and for good reason. They're your mind's way of protecting you from perceived threats, a primal instinct that has kept humanity safe for centuries. When we encountered a saber-toothed tiger in the wild, that surge of fear was a lifesaver. But in today's world, those threats are often more imagined than real. We're not dodging predators, but presentations, deadlines, and social situations. And that's where understanding the power of our minds comes in. According to one of the fundamental principles of RTT, the rules of the mind, your mind responds to the words and images you create. When you constantly visualize danger or repeat fearful thoughts, your mind doesn't know the difference between that and reality. It amplifies those anxieties, creating a vicious cycle of worry. But here's the good news. Just as you can train your mind to amplify fear, you can retrain it to create new patterns of calm and confidence. You have the power to change your thoughts and, in turn, change your life. Remember, you are not at the mercy of your fear. You are the architect of your experience. Think about Rosa Parks, a woman whose quiet strength ignited a revolution. Here was a woman facing down a system designed to diminish her, to make her afraid. And yet, despite the very real dangers, she chose to stand up for what was right. Imagine the fear she must have felt, the weight of injustice on her shoulders. But in that moment, she chose courage over comfort. She chose to believe that her voice, her dignity, her very being mattered. Rosa's story reminds us that fear doesn't have to paralyze us. It can be a signal to rise above, to tap into a wellspring of strength we never knew we had. It can be a catalyst for change, for ourselves and for the world around us. When we look at the courageous figures throughout history, the Rosa Parks, the Nelson Mandelas, the Malala Yousafzais of the world, we see that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's action in the face of fear. It's that willingness to say, this is bigger than me. This is about something more. And that's the kind of courage that resides within each and every one of us. The first step to overcoming fear is to reframe it. Instead of seeing fear as an enemy, see it as a messenger. Ask yourself, what is this fear trying to teach me? What is it trying to protect me from? Often, our fears stem from deeply rooted beliefs about ourselves or the world around us. We might fear failure because we believe we're not good enough, or we fear rejection because we equate it with our worthiness of love and belonging. This is where we can use techniques from cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. These tools help us identify those negative thought patterns and challenge their validity. It's about asking ourselves, is this thought really true? What evidence do I have to support it? For example, if you're afraid of failure, ask yourself, what if I reframe failure not as a setback, but as a stepping stone? What if I choose to see it as an opportunity for growth and learning? Remember the RTT rule of the mind. What you focus on, you amplify. So let's choose to focus on the opportunity hidden within our fear. Let's ask ourselves, what if I succeed? What if this fear is leading me to something extraordinary? When anxiety strikes and those fearful thoughts start to spiral, one of the most powerful tools you have is your breath. Your breath is your anchor, your connection to the present moment. There's a reason why we say take a deep breath when someone's feeling overwhelmed. It's because it works. Deep, conscious breathing has an immediate calming effect on your nervous system. One technique I love is the 4-7-8 breath. It's incredibly simple, yet so effective. Here's how it works. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Exhale slowly and completely through your mouth for a count of 8. Repeat this cycle for at least 4 rounds, or as many times as you need to feel your body relax. As you breathe, pair it with a calming affirmation like, I am safe, I am calm, I am in control. This combination of breath and positive self-talk sends a powerful message to your brain, signaling that you are safe and secure. One of the most effective ways to overcome fear is to face it head-on. Now, I don't mean throwing yourself into the deep end if you're terrified of water. We're not talking about reckless abandon, but rather a gradual, compassionate approach. In CBT, this is called exposure therapy. It's about gradually exposing yourself to the thing you fear in small, manageable steps. For example, if public speaking terrifies you, don't sign up to give a keynote address just yet. Start smaller. Practice in front of a mirror. Then gather a few trusted friends or family members and speak to them. As you gain confidence, gradually increase the challenge. Join a Toastmasters group. Volunteer to present at work. Each step, no matter how small, rewires your brain, proving to yourself that you are capable of handling more than you thought possible. And here's the thing about facing your fears. It never gets easier. You just get braver. Our minds are incredibly powerful. So powerful, in fact, that they often can't distinguish between real and imagined experiences. This is why visualization can be such an effective tool for overcoming fear. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and imagine yourself in a situation that typically triggers your fear. Now here's the key. Imagine yourself navigating that situation with ease, confidence, and grace. What would it feel like to be completely at ease in that moment? What would you see? What would you hear? What would you be telling yourself? Engage all of your senses. Feel the relief, the pride, the sense of accomplishment washing over you as you successfully navigate the situation. Remember that RTT rule of the mind. Your mind doesn't distinguish between real and imagined experiences. So, the more you visualize your success, the more your mind will begin to believe it, and the more likely you are to act in alignment with that belief in real life. When fear or anxiety threatens to take over, one of the simplest yet most powerful things you can do is shift your focus to gratitude. Gratitude is the antidote to fear. It's about choosing to focus on what's right, what's good, what's working in your life, rather than dwelling on what's wrong or what you fear. Think about it. When you're feeling grateful, it's pretty hard to feel fearful at the same time. Gratitude has a way of calming your nervous system, opening your heart, and reminding you of the abundance that surrounds you. So, the next time you feel those anxious thoughts creeping in, take a moment to list 3 things, big or small, that you're grateful for in that moment. It could be as simple as the warmth of the sun on your skin, a hot cup of tea, the sound of your child's laughter. These small moments of gratitude can create a powerful shift in your energy and perspective. Finding courage in the face of fear. I want you to think about firefighters for a moment. These are men and women who run towards danger when everyone else is running away. They face down fear every single day, and yet they suit up and show up, ready to serve. Do you think they're fearless? Of course not. They're human, just like you and me. They feel fear, but they don't let it control them. They've learned to acknowledge the fear, to respect it, and to act in spite of it. Their courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting despite fear. It's about something bigger than themselves, a deep sense of purpose and service that propels them forward. And that's what I want you to remember. You are braver than you think. You are stronger than you know. And you have everything you need within you to face your fears and live a life of purpose and meaning. Reclaiming your power and living with intention. Remember, fear and anxiety are just feelings. They don't define you. They are not your identity. You are not broken or flawed for experiencing them. By reframing your thoughts, practicing breath work, facing your fears step by step, and cultivating gratitude, you can reclaim your power and step into a life of greater freedom and joy. And here's the beautiful thing. As you begin to face your fears, you'll discover a strength and resilience you never knew you had. You'll develop a deep sense of self-trust, knowing that you can handle whatever life throws your way. So I invite you to choose courage over comfort. Choose to live in alignment with your values, even when it's scary. Choose to show up authentically, even when you feel vulnerable. Continue your journey to freedom from fear. I know this work isn't always easy, but I promise you, it's worth it. The journey to freedom from fear is an ongoing one, but it's a journey filled with growth, self-discovery, and ultimately, a deeper sense of peace and wholeness. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. For more transformative tools and practices to support you on your journey, be sure to subscribe to our Breaking Free playlist. There, you'll find guided meditations, breathwork exercises, and practical tips to help you navigate anxiety, cultivate resilience, and live a life filled with joy, purpose, and emotional freedom. The courage to be free. You know, we often talk about vulnerability as if it's weakness, but vulnerability is the birthplace of courage. It's where we find our voice, our authenticity, our true selves. It's about showing up and letting ourselves be seen, even when we're afraid. And that, my friends, is the most courageous act of all. Because on the other side of fear, on the other side of our vulnerability, lies everything we've ever wanted: freedom, joy, connection, and a life lived with purpose and meaning. So go out there, be brave, be vulnerable, and most importantly, be you.